So in this video, I'm gonna walk you guys through the exact steps that you need to take to confidently learn new tricks quicker and safer than you ever thought possible. I'm literally gonna show the entire blueprint for how you get this done, so make sure you pay attention. It's taken me years of teaching people, private lessons, and at camps, and with my own training, to finally dial this process in, and all my recent students are loving it. So
whatever you're doing,
just stop
and take notes. In the last 3 videos, I talked about the foundation for flow and why it is the quickest way to get better at longboarding and tricks. I also showed you how to get started by taking the different tricks you know and working on all of the different combo variations. I also showed you my secret to starting every session off right,
the pyramid scheme,
and how this exercise is gonna give you the confidence to progress quicker than ever before. In case you haven't watched the first 3 videos yet, go make sure you do that right now because they're full of tons of practical information that shows you how you can get started today. All right guys, so with that being said, let's jump right into the foundation for flow blueprint. This is the exact roadmap that I take all my private lesson students through, and it's no surprise they keep coming back. It simply works. And quick note, I'm sharing all the high-level goals and objectives, but obviously there's gonna be a lot more very specific tricks and steps you'll need to work on along the way. So step number 1 is what I call the foundation. This is all about the basics, the basics, and if you don't know these, you can't really progress, right? So number 1, we're gonna have to learn the anatomy. What are wheels, what are trucks, what's a board, what are bearings, right? Safety gear, how to avoid injury, how to get the most out of your carves, as well as you're gonna have to start getting more comfortable switch. The next thing you guys are gonna have to do is start building a versatile base. To do this, you're gonna wanna work on all your pivots. That's nollie, that's fakie, that's switch nollie, switch fakie. You're gonna wanna learn all the pivots, all the body varials. We're gonna start with manuals. You really need manuals before you can start popping the board and feeling good with those pop tricks, right? You need to work on your first dancing steps, and then you need to start knowing more about your board. And one of those main things is when and how to clean your gear. So next thing you guys gotta do is step up your game. First part of that is gonna be mastering the pop. This is super important as we start to get into grab tricks and more complicated variations. Next, you're gonna have to work on more complex dancing lines and variations, and you're gonna have to get comfortable jumping off and on the board. That's gonna be tricks like the ghost ride and the look back, etc. And you're gonna also need to know when to upgrade your gear. Like a lot of you maybe have a board that works, but right, what should you get next? Or at what point should you consider getting something else, right? Next step, guys, is all about getting tricky, right? And to get tricky, you're gonna have to know how to film yourself, because as these moves start getting more complex and you can't see yourself from a third-person perspective, you're gonna have to know how to bring that into your zone, right? So knowing how to film yourself is major key, and then we're gonna work on the scoop, and you really gotta master the scoop at this step. After that, it's gonna be working on how to keep speed in your lines and knowing which tricks to do when. Next step in the process is gonna be overcoming your frustrations. That's a big one. At this point in time, a lot of people are gonna be kind of stuck, and you're gonna have a lot of frustrations with what you're working on. So we'll talk about working through that, as well as working on grab tricks. So we worked on the pop, we worked on the scoop, and this is when grab tricks come into play, because the board's gonna be popping, scooping, and usually flinging in the air, right? So we're gonna tie it all together with the grab tricks. Final step in this process, guys, is dialing in your flow and finding your unique style. This is all about learning which tricks go best together, what you're best at, and really maximizing all of those things together. Bam, that's the blueprint right here, guys. Woo! So specifics for all of this and a lot more are covered in my upcoming Pure Longboarding course. I'm gonna show you in detail how to define exactly what you need to work on, as well as helping you build out a game plan for learning new tricks and maximizing your fun, right? That's why we do this. You'll be in contact with me, as well as many other passionate longboarders, as I walk you through the process of all of this. All you gotta do is follow along and work on everything step by step on a weekly basis, and you got this. So make sure you're on the lookout for when my Pure Longboarding course launches, because this is literally the best information I've ever released, and some of the best on the internet for sure. In the next video, I'm gonna show you a specific example from one of my friends and recent students to show you how much quicker and easier you can learn once you're up and rolling with the foundation for flow. So stay tuned. because you do not want to miss that next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and catch you in the next one. Peace.
Ooh, it's a little windy.